You good?
Welcome back to the eSports Report.
How much?
The People's Caster
what
joined
does
by
iced coffee
first
even
round
taste
Ben.
like? What does
It's
it even
phenomenal.
taste like? Is it cold? Like it's like really, really cold?
Yes.
Like, but like how?
Hence the ice part of it.
No, but like how cold really is it? Is it just like a like if you were to get like meat and feel? Oh yeah, that's like really kind of. I can't imagine drinking coffee. Why do you not just drink warm coffee?
Why?
Yeah,
Because iced coffee's better?
you're a weirdo.
No.
This beverage is clearly more delightful.
You're 100% wrong.
Yeah. The guy asked me what my name was.
And what did he write?
He wrote Matt, and I was like, no, I said Ben, and then he crossed Matt out and then wrote Ben. Idiot. Anyway.
They didn't write Ben on mine, they wrote Matt on mine. They actually paid attention to what I said. They just didn't care about you. Well, anyway, roster mania still going on. People still making trades to make teams for whatever reason. Justice, they say they didn't make moves. Guess what? They lied to you all. They made a...
Did we not say this? We said this. When they were like, yeah, we're not making any trades. It's like, liars!
Yeah.
Don't lie! Lying is wrong.
We love our players. But if we can get somebody better, we don't love them that much.
We love them more. Shocking move. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
Justice traded Methods and Lawless Team Envious for an exchange for Merc and Study.
So, up until this point, Lawless are the .82 KD, Methods are the .84. I mean, the big reason why I guess they're 6 and 10. I mean, Octane has the highest KD in the league.
But they started the season so well.
Right. I mean,
I
they
thought,
don't
as a
exactly
team?
get like 2 super slayers in Merc and Study. but
Right. It's like, have you
2
really?
and 8 over the last 10 games. Study was traded to Envy, then from Prof to Envy, Envy to Justice. How do you think Justice is going to do with these guys? Did you watch them all in 2K?
Not good.
No.
No, I don't think they're gonna do well.
It's an odd team.
Yeah, I mean, you look at. All right, let's look at it this way, right? They picked up Merc with the 0.81 KD as OBJ for MB. So Lawless with the 0.82, pretty much the same. You'd expect Merc to be doing
Merc
better
brings-
in the objective
Merc
oriented.
brings more leadership too.
Right,
I mean,
but you
that's kinda
really
what
think
want.
that team's an improvement, or is it just kind of like, oh, here's two?
I mean, I think they're
here's
little-
two higher profile players.
I think they're a little bit of an improvement. And
Yeah.
I think those two can kind of tutor TCM and Octane. Right?
I think Merc definitely could. I think Study's still kind of in that
Study's still kind of like
young phase
young.
of playing. But one thing, Justice need all the help they can get.
They'll be in
With
action
8
tonight.
over the last 10.
Maybe we'll watch one of their games tonight. I think we're going to try and get Chance on here.
Do you think?
Young
How do
Asher.
you think they're gonna do?
How do I think
Do
they're gonna
do they turn this 2 and 8 over the last 10 games around? Because that's a pretty abysmal record. 2 and 8 over the last 10
how do we
games.
define turning around?
Let's say,
Like,
let's
what
say
is-
they go 4 and 6 in the next 10 games.
Yeah.
No, let's say 5 and 5. Let's give them even in the next 10 games.
I think they can go even.
You think they can go even in the next 10 games?
Sure, why not?
Because the roster hasn't really improved
I think their roster's improved.
by that much of a drastic amount.
No, but they were losing pretty close games. I mean, they had a pretty good run at the start.
That's true.
Then they just started to stink because they weren't practicing. So now, as long as they get the practice in, they play the weekend tournaments.
What do you think happens to Methods and Lawless now? Just bench warmers?
I have no idea. They'll be playing with you in the next 5K. Rise Nation also made some moves. Talk a little bit about them.
Yes.
They added Theory last week, and then they trade Perplex to AR for Wheats, and then they traded Legal to TK for Neslo. So now their roster, now that we've heard all of that, their roster consists of Neslo, Theory, Chino, and Wheats. So they had Chino and Wheats. They drop everybody, including Wheats, keep Chino, and then they drop everybody again just to bring Wheats back. I don't know. I don't know what's really.
I pray someone gets that. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. I don't know what's really going on.
This
with
is the most like. I don't want to say the lower caliber of teams, but the teams on that second. No, but the teams on the second page of the league standings right now.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff going on down there. Some
mean-
really weird stuff. I mean, kind of solidifies AR's roster as well. That's something we should really touch on. As
Yeah.
Burns, Anticity, Happy, and Spacely. I kind of look there and I say, can you tell me Spacely is better than Wheats?
Wheats had a good chance.
Wheats had a great chance. Can you honestly sit there and say, yeah, Spacely's going to play better at the next event? If you were going to make a trade.
I think that move was more of personality stuff than.
But if you were going to make a trade That is the best possible position AR is going to be in to make a trade. They're not going to be they're never going to be in a better position to trade for a really good player. And I think they kind of threw that one away.
You think they should have just held on to Wheats? Or maybe
Hold on to Wheats or trade for Theory?
Theory?
Like, why would you... Like, you allowed Theory to go elsewhere, and I think...
I mean...
You look at the teams that...
You wanted... I mean, Theory obviously would have to want to go to AR.
Who's playing with them?
That's true. So that's kind of stupid they didn't make that trade.
It blows my mind.
I mean, they get Spacely. He can kind of be the OBJ player for this team. Makes a little bit of sense. I want to talk more about Rise. This is a roster that... I mean, doesn't even look like a Money 8's team. I didn't even know these guys like wanted to play with each other. Theory and Neslo, they have played with each other in the past. I don't think anybody else is even... Well, besides Pacino and Wheats play with each other, so you kind of have, I guess, two like duos getting together.
If you
like, I wouldn't categorize them really as duos, but
right.
They're kind of good.
Kind of good. Surprisingly good.
Yeah. I mean, can they make a comeback in the league? I don't know.
Would you say honeymoon period? Yeah. Because you always see that when a team first forms, they play out of the mind.
Yo, this is so much better than our last team.
And then
they get dumped on once. They're like, oh,
you suck.
Yeah, you're the worst teammate ever.
But the starting Riders roster, as we said, Neslo, Theory, Chino, Wheats. So ultimately, you look at the whole trade that went down for that squad, and it was very, very strange, as you said, to see these 4 players on the same team. If you'd have told me that a couple of weeks ago, I would have looked at you like, you're an idiot. Like, why would they ever play? But Neslo back in the league after not playing, obviously being a part of Strictly
You're cool with Neslo. What does he have to say about this roster?
He's feeling good.
Give us the intel about it.
He's feeling really good about the roster, as you would expect after what happened this weekend, which we'll touch on later on. But it's weird because like he kind of told me it, and I was like, you can do a little bit better than that. But what's interesting is, I don't think the trades are over yet.
With what?
You'll see.
Stop. Is that why you have that? There's no... For who? Point to the name. Point to the name. Come on. That's gotta be a joke.
If I pointed, you wouldn't believe me.
It's gotta be a joke.
It's not.
No, come on. No, point.
I can't because the camera
I don't
can see
care.
roughly.
Guys, don't look. Point. Huh? To where? For what? Hold on. Hold on. I'm almost ending this segment. What? Wait, what?
That was the original plan. I don't know that.
Oh, wait, is that still going on?
As the last time I heard, yes.
Yo, what are these players drinking, man? Somebody's got to start testing them or whatever.
It's
Well, the trading may not be done, and
the trading is definitely not done. I think we'll see more trades. I don't want to talk.
I don't even know what to talk about.
It's getting to the point where it's just kind of like everyone is trading. I think we're going to end up by the end of...
People are just trading for trading.
By the end of roster log, I think we're going to be back to the original teams that started the season.
Stop. That's not even possible.
Dude,
everybody has moved like 4 times. There's no possible way that happens.
I think it could. What about Dito on Denial? Good sub. You see him staying as a sub?
Yeah, I think he stays.
Okay. Well, in terms of WrestleMania thus far, I know, crazy, right? Thus far, at least.
No, people aren't watching the same
as
everybody else. I don't know about that.
Who's benefited the most so far? I'm going to take a sip on my coffee because that's not a matter.
Who's benefited the most?
Besides Up to Gaming.
Oh, I was going to say, Up to Gaming has Karma now.
Besides the Mal.
I mean, I think the FaZe roster's pretty good. I wore my FaZe shirt today. Commemorate their choke last night. I think their roster, though, is pretty good. I think the new roster is pretty good. I like Zuma, Slasher, Enable, and Hoot together.
You like that team? What about Envious?
I think that roster is good, too. I think Envy will be better on LAN than they are online. They're going to struggle a little bit online with 2 West Coast players. I think the FaZe lineup, though, that's a team that, you know, they're like 3rd and whatnot. If they get hot on like in any given day at a tournament, I think they can definitely contend with Denial and Optic.
So
they can give them a run for their money.
Right. They'll be able to play pretty well.
Right.
So in your honest opinion, who dropped the ball?
Oh, in the roster
Who completely pooped the bed in roster moves thus far?
You know, I think AR kind of could have.
I agree. That's the one team you look at.
I like the move for Happy.
That was a great move. Power move. It's like, hey, let's pick up a young aspiring player who we know is going to come in and play well. But then it's like, well, you could do so much
I think
more.
Elevate's kind of plans got ruined when Optic Nation like reformed again. Because I mean, you knew Ricky was going to go back if that was an option, which I don't blame Ricky at all for that. But Elevate's plans got kind of ruined.
Would you say TR? As weird as that is to say, did they maybe not take as big of an advantage as they could have done, in the sense that
What
trying
would
to
they
opt
have
for
done?
no, as in trying to buy a league spot, because you saw the way the trades went down in terms of players being
If you don't
sold.
have the money to buy a league spot, it's,
I mean,
you can buy a league spot.
they just finished second at champs. I mean, they definitely have the money.
I guess the players do.
No, part of that percentage went to the organization. That was what Vicento said in one of his interviews. He
Okay,
was
so
like,
yeah, so I mean, they should try it.
See, I really want to see TR in the league.
Right, I'd love to see it. That team is so much fun to watch play.
Strangest roster move so far.
Justice?
Yeah, that whole
Just Merc, yeah.
only for a temporary. It's
Or
a
even
loan.
like Aches on
It
Prof.
is a loan though. That's the
Yeah,
it's
even Aches
still
on Prof.
damn,
I mean, that's kind of weird.
I think Aches on Envy was.
Oh, well, that was like for it was
I don't care.
24 hours.
It was 24 hours. It was a day. He was Envy Aches for a day. But one of the things we have written down in discussion points is, are we completely done for Mania?
Evidently not.
I don't think so.
Why?
Don't know. If you had to put money on one roster staying together, who would it be?
Outside of OG?
Outside of OG and outside of Deno. Out of all of these new makeshift rosters, which is the one which you kind of look at and you go, that team could be a team for a while? Any?
I think the FaZe roster could stay together for a bit.
That's a good pick.
I think Envy too.
Yeah,
'Cause,
maybe.
like, where do they really go?
I guess.
I could
That's
see-
a good point.
I could see TK blowing up.
Yeah, TK.
And I could see ON actually staying together for a bit. I think those guys,
Yes. Oh,
they kind of realized they messed up leaving each other the first time. I don't think that.
now they're so blessed to be on the same team.
Yeah,
again.
now
They're
they're
like, yo,
right. They kind of fell
I feel
into their lap
good.
again, right?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. I'll be with you guys forever. But yeah, that concludes WrestleMania.
I love you guys.
Woo, you're the best. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
People are crazy.
I think you'll see more stuff. More stuff to come.
If you see what you just said, I will be mind blown. I will bash my head against this desk repeatedly, and I will just question why. What is it happening?
Who knows what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? Because we sure don't. But everything's getting crazy. WrestleMania does this time of year. People.
I'm not entirely sure the people who are making the trades know what's happening.
No, I don't think they do either. Anyway, for now, quick commercial break. When we return, we're going to recap the 2K, which I casted on Saturday. And then I think we go to Beyond the Scoreboard. We have an interesting Beyond the Scoreboard today. You guys are going to like it. Continuing that Guess Who theme. Be right back.